Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, Friend, Beloved God, Great Masters, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Lahiri Mahashai, Swami Shri Yukteswar, Beloved Guru, Paramhansa Yogananda, Saints of all religions, humbly we bow to you all. Beloved Guru, we thank you for bringing us to your path, for giving us such a beautiful spiritual family to share your path, to share your light with. Help us to feel your presence now during our satsang and throughout our day. Help us to be beacons of your light to all whom we meet. Om, peace, amen.
Engrossed is the bee of my mind on the blue lotus feet of my divine mother. Divine mother, 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 my divine mother. Engrossed is the bee of my mind on the blue lotus feet of my divine mother. Engrossed is the bee of my mind on the blue lotus feet of my divine mother. Divine mother, 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 my divine mother. Engrossed is the bee of my mind on the blue lotus feet of my divine mother. Engrossed is the bee of my mind on the blue lotus feet of my divine mother. Divine mother, 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 my divine mother. Engrossed is the bee of my mind on the blue lotus feet of my divine mother. Engrossed is the bee of my mind on the blue lotus feet of my divine mother. Divine mother, 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 my divine mother. Engrossed is the bee of my mind on the blue lotus feet of my divine mother. Engrossed is the bee of my mind on the blue lotus feet of my divine mother. Divine mother, 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 my divine mother. Engrossed is the bee of my mind on the blue lotus feet of my divine
really glad to be here. So I thought it would be interesting today to think about what Master said was the most important thing for us in attaining self-realization, which is to keep our mind focused at the spiritual eye all day long. And it's something that over the years I've put energy into, focused energy, and then somehow something comes along and then it's gone. I forget for a while. And then it comes back and then it's gone. And I don't think I'm that different from other people. So I thought it would be kind of nice today to recommit ourselves to the spiritual eye. And how we can do that is to be exploring a little bit the what I call the 3 levels of consciousness. The spiritual eye is us connecting with the superconscious. It's us uniting ourselves with God. It's always there. God realization is actually within us right now. It's just that we aren't awake to find it. And so that's the superconscious. And why wouldn't we want to be there all the time? We feel united with God, with joy, with love, with everyone around us, all the plants and animals, everything. But then these other states of consciousness have a certain amount of magnetism and reality. So the other 2 are the conscious mind, which is where we take in information from the senses and process it, where we get things done in the world. It's logical, it's rational, it fixes things, it gets us what we need. It's efficient. It's a very good part of ourselves. And it has, when the conscious mind is influencing our consciousness, we can get very busy and restless and outward directed, and it's all very real and it's all very important, and doing things as fast and as well as we can is the only important thing. I remember some years ago, I heard from a French person that they said that they finally understood Americans when they realized that efficiency was their goal. And I thought to myself, well, what else is there? So that just shows you it's the compelling part of the conscious mind. Just get it done, get it done. So that seems so real, and it can pull us away from feeling that God is doing this all through us, through our own flow of connection with God. Then we have the subconscious mind. And again, the subconscious mind is extremely important. It's our memory, keeps our body functioning, breathing, and so forth. But when the subconscious is influencing our consciousness, it pulls us into a state of not wanting to change, of feeling separate from other people, of feeling definitely separate from God, of being locked into the past, of being resistant to change, and all the negative emotions that go with us. So I'd like to do an exercise today to lead us through that. But first, I thought it would be fun to share with you. Some may have heard it, but I don't think you all have. It's really one of my favorite experiences with Swami Kriyananda that happened about 2 years after I moved to Ananda. I had just joined Ananda's monastery. I had my trailer set up. And whenever I went in to meditate in my meditation room, there would be a little voice in my head that would say, "You're not sincere. If you were sincere, you would be meditating much more than you're meditating." And I thought, well, that sounds right. It's depressing, but what do I say? Yeah, of course, that's absolutely right. And it was really upsetting, and then you'd have to work your way around it, focus your mind and do your sadhana and so forth. But there was this thing, and every time I'd walk into the room, the little inner voice would jump up and make these little comments. And after a few months, I was getting very discouraged. And I thought, well, I should ask Swami Kriyananda about this. So I made an appointment with him and went down to his old dome, the first incarnation of what's now the Crystal Hermitage. And he was sitting in a chair, and I sat down in a chair that was about 12 feet or so away from him. And I went down to his house, and by this time, I'd worked myself up into a little subconscious mood, feeling so sorry for myself and oh, this is such a terrible thing that's happening and what to do. And so I walked in with this little cloud hanging around me and sat down. And Swami didn't say a word. He just stood up. He walked over to me and he smashed me on the top of the head, just bam. And then as he turned around to walk back to his chair, he said, mosquito. And it was a dramatic experience because my mood, which was really totally subconscious, just shot right up to the spiritual eye. I was wide awake. I said, thank you, Swami, I needed that. And so then I was awake. I could communicate with him. I couldn't communicate with him if I was in the subconscious. So after that dramatic demonstration, I told him my pitiful story in about 1 or 2 calm sentences. And he just said simply to me, that's Satan. And that was all I needed to hear, because we all know, get thee behind me, Satan. It's just like, don't pay attention to that. That's all you have to do. Just know it's a temptation. And Satan works through the subconscious mind, through trying to discourage us. So I wanted to do a little exercise to experience this. And I hope you have pen and paper nearby. It'd be a little bit better to be doing this with pen and paper than just in your head. The challenge will be, of course, you're all very super conscious right now. We just had that wonderful affirmation and chanting and meditation. It was wonderful. But let's just sort of slump in the chair a little bit. Get yourself a little bit sort of sagging. Let your shoulders kind of lean forward, your head kind of lean forward. And just, you can mentally repeat to yourself that phrase that Swami gave us for the subconscious mind. Through slowly drifting waters, I sink into subconsciousness. So take yourself into a sort of a passive, low energy place. And do this even though it's against your nature, I know, but do it anyway, because we really want to experience this, to go into this place and then to change it. So in this place, think about something in your life right now that is upsetting to you, annoying, worrying. I mean, if you don't have something personal, we do have a sort of a global thing you could think about. But you may have something personal going on at the same time, and just write that at the top of the page. What is bothering you? Just some specific thing right now. Nobody's going to see this, so you can be as honest as you'd like. And now let's just let our subconscious mind run with this. We're only going to do this for a minute or less. But we're just going to let our subconscious mind say, what is so darn terrible about this? And why is it impossible? And how am I stuck? And how am I never going to get out of this? And why I can't get out of it, and so on. And just take a little time to let yourself go subconsciously. And I won't give you much time because you don't need much time doing this. You can feel sorry for yourself. You can feel hopeless. You can feel discouraged. That's all part of the deal. But we don't need to spend too long on it because you know what it's like. So let's now, if you can, stand up. Or if you can't stand up, just sit up tall and just stretch up. Breathe. Inhale. Wake yourself up. Repeat in your mind, I can, I can, I can. Let's get ourselves into the conscious mind, the fixer, the part of ourselves that has the ideas, that can make things happen, and sit down and just write down 3 good ideas of something you can do. Just don't be too particular, just write what comes to mind really quick. Okay, that's probably enough time to give you a feeling for it. Now we're going to stand up and do just a little bit of the superconscious living exercises. I'm going to have to just do this. Let's just really Wake ourselves up if you can. If you have room and can do this. Okay, I'm awake and ready. 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 I'm positive, energetic, enthusiastic. One more time. I'm positive, energetic, enthusiastic. Wrap your skull. Be glad, my brain. Be wise and strong. Be glad, my brain. Be wise and strong. Massage the scalp. Wake my sleeping children awake. Wake my sleeping children awake. Okay, we have to shorten it. So sit down now. Sit up straight. We'll offer a very brief prayer, a very brief chant, and I'll guide you through a process. And we're going to try to invite ourselves, invite the superconscious mind, and see what that feels like. So let's just pray. Beloved God, great masters, beloved Guru, you are stronger than any test. You are stronger than any test. And now in your mind, to yourself silently or aloud as you wish, chant, Lord, I am thine, I am thine, I am thine, just 2 times through. I'm going to interrupt you if you're still chanting, and we're just going to inhale and tense the body. Exhale through the breath out. As you inhale now, inhale and hold your breath at the spiritual eye. And exhale. Again, inhale and hold your breath at the spiritual eye. And now hold up your mind. You can visualize Master, the Divine Mother, God in whatever form you like. Visualize him or her at the spiritual eye and hold the idea of solution. And hold your mind there, just united with God at the spiritual eye. Let no other thought or feeling come between you and that light of God. Focus on the strength, the perfection, the power of the divine, which has created all of this physical manifestation. Now into that power, that loving, powerful light, hold a question related to what is your concern. What shall I do about this? Just hold your concern into that light and just see, don't think, but just see if anything comes to you. Any feelings, any, maybe just one word, maybe a prayer or a song. Just hold it up to the light and just be ready to receive anything that God or the superconscious has to give you. Bathe in that feeling. And let's now, if you want to write something down, just whatever it is that came to you, just write that down. Well, we could probably stay in this place for a long time. We're so used to fixing everything, and we can't. Swami at one point gave the guidance, relax and let the universe help you. It's so nice. Relax and let the universe help you. I've assembled some exercises that I emailed to Colleen, and she can send you after class today, just to take us through a process to really go with this idea of keeping the energy at the spiritual eye. We have a part of ourselves that doesn't want to move. And the subconscious mind epitomizes that. And it just will do whatever it can to keep us stuck and look to the circumstances around us as the problems, that it's really not my problem, it's really their problem, or things like that, blame, anger. But it needs to, if we want to get out of it, the answer is energy. We have to get more energy. We have to raise our energy in even a simple way, just like even what we did of stand up and breathe deeply, go for a walk, just move the energy, because the subconscious is very compelling. It knows what it's doing in terms of keeping you still and stuck, and it can really hypnotize you with inertia and impossibility and discouragement, which Master said is Satan's greatest tool against the devotee. And that's exactly what I was facing during that period of time, meditating in my trailer with the "you're not good enough," basically. That's the main tool Satan will use against us. So we have to move and we have to get out of it, because when you're in it, it's real. And when you change your level of consciousness, it literally vanishes. It's just not there anymore. So then we have the conscious mind, which is just a wonderful tool. It's energetic, gets things done. But the conscious mind expects life to be fair. It expects people to be logical. It expects us to be logical. It expects us to be perfect, actually. But we got to move through that too. The conscious mind will really help us, but it isn't connecting with God. And so if we can do these things to help ourselves bring our mind to the spiritual eye, it's amazingly powerful. Even just taking time to put your hand on your forehead and just focus. If you feel off, it's amazing. If you just do this, it can take it away. I wanted to just actually say just a couple of things about the superconscious. The superconscious basically says yes. Whatever is happening, yes, this is mine. My guru sent this. Somehow or other, this is for me. This is for me to grow. This is a good thing. I just need to accept it. And I need to see and be willing to witness what's happening, offer it up, stay connected with God in whatever way I can. Cultivate the feeling of happiness, cultivate the feeling of this is God's power is stronger than this test. But I'd like to just do just a couple of these exercises with you. You can do this as a specific exercise, sitting up straight. Inhale to a count of 8. Hold your breath 8. Exhale 8. Do it again to a count of 10. And as you hold your breath at the spiritual eye. And you can go on with this for a long time, but I'm just going to move through it to this other exercise, which is something Master recommends to do while you're lying in bed, before you go to sleep at night, or right when you wake up in the morning, to take a moment to pray to God and feel His love, and then inhale and exhale. And as your breath is out, hold your mind at the spiritual eye and repeat to yourself, Om Spirit Bliss, Om Spirit Bliss, Om Spirit Bliss, just as often as you can. And then inhale when you need to. Calm your breath again, and then do that again. Exhale as you relax. Om Spirit Bliss at the spiritual eye. Om Spirit Bliss. Om Spirit Bliss. So doing that in a relaxed state to wake up or to go to sleep at night. And then you can also do this sitting up or lying down. Hold your mind at the spiritual eye and repeat to yourself, I am infinite. I am infinite. I am infinite. And just finally, we won't do this for very long, but this exercise that Swamiji wrote up of the spiritual eye. Visualize at the spiritual eye a golden ring of light, and feel that you're entering that ring of light, surrounded by golden light, and feel yourself to be totally free. You've left behind the physical world. You're entering the astral world and you're free. And see in front of you a blue light, round blue light, You're entering into that light. And now you feel yourself surrounded by blue light, by a feeling of vastness and great calmness in the presence of the Christ consciousness. And now see in front of you a white 5-pointed star. Extend your own arms and legs so that you too are a 5-pointed star, and enter into that white light and merge yourself with cosmic consciousness. Om. 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 Peace. Amen.